I'm going through social media and I'm reading, different posts, and they were speaking on Jamaica's 4x1 relay team, right? And some people say, well, Shelly Ann should have ran anchor. I want people to understand it's about balancing energy, right? So the performance Sharika gave for that anchor, if you would have flipped it over to her running second leg, then you have to realize that Shelly Ann would have a bigger deficit once she got the relay stick. And then she's going to have to do more of a job to be able to run down USA, Great Britain, and Spain, which we both know as former athletes and coaches, 10-0, don't catch 10-0. You know what I mean? So I want to double back a minute and talk about what I see through social media. And I saw a video, and it was of the females 4x1, and they were talking a little bit about Sharika, and they were saying, oh, they should have put Shelly on anchor leg. I want people to understand, like, as fans and supporters, the way the relay is constructed is you just can't plug and play athletes like you think you can and think that it's going to get the job done every time. It doesn't work that way. The energy that Sharika gave for that anchor is the same energy that she's going to give for that second leg. So what happens is if it creates a deficit that she can't make up on that second leg, and then by the time the baton gets to Shelly on that anchor leg, Shelly is not going to have enough energy, power, or whatever you want to call it, speed, to be able to catch and run down Great Britain, Team USA, and Spain, especially at this point in time. We both know from being a coach and an athlete that a certain time is not going to run down another certain time that's in that same bracket, right? 10-0 don't catch 10-0. 9-9 don't catch 9-9. So the person who's trailing has to be of superior speed at that point in time, not PRs, at that point in time than the person that they're out there trying to catch. So if we're going to say that those ladies right there are in 11-0 shape, right? 11-0, 10-9 shape, then what we've seen Shelly Ann run this season, she was not going to be able to run those girls down with that large of a deficit. So you still have the same problem that you're in, probably even worse. So allow the athletes to be able to find their rhythm, their pace, get comfortable in their positions, and let's see what happens throughout the season going into World Championship. Trust me, as an athlete, especially of their caliber, they're going to tell you, hey, I don't want to run this leg. I'm not feeling good for this leg. Put me in a different leg. I think I can handle that,
I think you're definitely correct, man. I think I've heard this from some coaches. If you ain't in the room, you don't know the play. You have the internet coaches that's definitely going to go in there and say why you're in there this and why you're in there that. That's so easy to do when you're at home and you're sitting on your couch because you don't have any accountability if they did do it, right? If it went wrong and you said, why did they do it like this? Nobody's going to come to your house, knock on your door and say, why'd you put that relay team together like that? No. It's up to the coaches who was in that room listening to the athletes of why the people should be where they are. And this is the perfect time to experiment because you're confident enough in that team to say, okay, we could go out there and qualify, but I want to see what this looks like at this point. Because they still don't know what that team will be because nobody's had their nationals yet. So I love, them putting Shelly Ann on second leg and Sharika on last. Sharika usually runs last leg. You know what I mean? But they might switch it up going forward. You know what I mean? We don't know who makes that team. We don't know how the changes may come. We do know that Jamaica has a new wave of talent also. You know what I mean? So I think it's just easy for people sitting at home to say, oh, you should do this or you should do that. You know what I mean? Because they don't have to be accountable to anything if anything goes wrong. So it's easy to do that. You know what I mean? So, all right.